Welcome to The Legal View. I'm David Hogg and this is Aaron Gartland. Tonight our special guest is Derry Chamblee, owner of Chamblee & Son, and his son Dexter.
And on tonight's edition of The Legal Brief, David and I are going to be discussing the importance of getting the right medical treatment if you have a personal injury or accident case.
American law is complex and not always easily understood, so a little help and advice can go a long way. The attorneys of Hogg & Gartland Law Firm in Dothan present Legal View.
The Legal View with Hogg & Gartland.
Derry, Dexter, welcome to our show.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
And Derry, you're the owner of Chamblee & Son, which is a general contracting company. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Located here in Dothan.
Enterprise.
In Enterprise, okay. And Derry, how long have you been in the contracting business?
Over 30 years.
And if you will, tell us a little bit about your background, how you got started, and the types of jobs that you do.
Yes, sir. Well, I got started with my father as an apprentice, and at age 13, he was pouring concrete blocks, patios. He worked for the Corps engineer, building dams and bridges. So I had to work, and then I just started doing little odds and ends jobs with other contractors when he wasn't around. We'd do interior, exterior painting, do ceramic tile, marble, porcelain, build cabinets, do roof, pretty much a little plumbing, change out plugs, ceiling fans, pretty much whatever the homeowner wants. Put up sheetrock. We also have a website called www.chambleeandson.webs.com, which it also have before and after pictures, and it also talks about different tips on how to flip a home, how to remodel it. Also, if you never laid your own tile, it goes in there and have you measure your tile, and you can come up with a way to put it down. I won't show you how to put it down, but it'll tell you how many squares to go by.
So some helpful suggestions for the homeowner.
Yes, sir.
So Derry, I guess the name Chamblee & Son General Contractors kind of speaks for itself. You guys do general contract work.
Yes, sir. Really, the name comes from my father, and he had a general contract business in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And as growing up in Tuscaloosa, I was just brought up into that. And after getting out of the military and doing other things, I decided to continue that business after, and said, hey, this is something I really enjoy doing, and can do something where I can be here, and travel, and not a lot of paperwork that I got to sit at a desk all the time anymore.
Well, now, Derry, are you guys licensed, insured, and bonded?
Yes, sir.
Tell the viewers what exactly that means.
Well, in the license, we have we have two city licenses in this enterprise. We have a state license. We also have a county license. In every city that we go in, we can go in and buy a city license. If I come into Houston County, I have to go down and buy a city license. It all depends on what type of job we're doing. If we're doing roofing, adding on to a home, you have to have the city license plus a permit. And then we insure through the local State Farm, and they do all our employee stuff. And we try to do the things that most homeowners don't want to do, or their husband can't do, or their children want to pay for. We just come in and do whatever they need.
And Derry, you do commercial as well as residential contracting work, is that right?
Yes, sir. We do residential, exterior painting, do roofing, whatever. The last residential commercial we did, it was with the company putting up textile ceilings.
And you may have mentioned doing insurance work. You have to deal with insurance companies. in doing some of your work, is that right?
Yes, sir. We also deal with all type of insurance, that deal with fire, just regular roof damage, storm, just come in and hit a tree, fall on the house, and need roof work, brickwork, patchwork, whatever. We just pour the concrete, pour the slab, do whatever needed for that insurance claim.
Well, you get to see people in a time of dire need. I would imagine if there's been a fire, if there's been a storm, a house has been destroyed, and that house is somebody's home, and they are really in a bad situation.
Yes, sir. In this business, you get to meet from the poorest to the rich, and because everybody's needs got to be met, and it's almost like eating. We all got to do that, but people, you got to have that trust, that bond, being professional, on time, and we do before and after pictures, so that way if we come in to a person's home, we'll take anywhere from around 200 to 300 pictures of all the work. And that way if someone come back and say, well, this wasn't here, we go back and have a date, time on the picture, and we take pictures as we go along through the process. If we painted, and we've painted the whole house, and we painted the ceiling, we take a picture of the ceiling, we take a picture of the floor, of pretty much all of it. Then we come back and take pictures of the complete work as we complete it.
And something that you mentioned about being on time, on the flip side, when you're working for a businessman doing commercial work, well, it's important for them to have work done in a timely manner because that affects their ability to make money.
Well, Dexter's been working off and on for about 3 years. As any young son, his computer skills have really helped me out a lot because he went to Alabama to be a computer engineer, so I'll let him explain himself what he does.
Well, tell us about that, Dexter.
Well, like you said, I went to Alabama for engineering. I still gotta go back to complete it, money, those situations. So, but yeah, I use those as far as typing up contracts, graphics. I mean, every and any possible thing that I can use the computer for, I use it for. And like I said, engineering, so I use it for Chambly & Son, I use it for music. I just like computers, and I guess you would say how things work, make them work.
So it sounds like it's been a good association then.
Yes, sir, it have. Also, I give senior citizen discounts into our business. Being a veteran myself, I retired as a major infantry officer. I also, being in the Fort Rucker area and Dothan area, or you call it the Wiregrass area, it's a lot of veterans and senior citizens. And I give a discount to those because I'm reaching that age myself.
And you mentioned typing up contracts, Dexter. People have had, from time to time, who've come to see us, have had issues with a contractor, and certainly some contractors are not as professional as others. And would you agree that it's important for the consumer to have a good contract with their builder or their contractor?
Yes, sir, it is. One of the things that we do with our contract, we have a letterhead, and it goes in there with the website, also with the phone number, and then it goes down into the detailed works that we went to the homeowner and discuss what we're going to do. And then we'll go into each step, what we're going to do. If it's 20 things we're going to do in the house, we step it down. And then also we're going to put in the contract what time we're going to arrive at your house and what time we're going to depart. Also, we put in there the payment plan. And we have a date to start. And if you give me a check, we normally wait 3 days after that check clear. If that check clear on the first day, then I'll call that person back and say, we'll be there on Tuesday. And we'll be there at 8 o'clock or whatever time. And if they say, fine, and we'll go with it. And then also it has on the legal standpoint, what happens if you don't pay me? And that's very important.
It really protects everybody, doesn't it? So make sure everybody's on the same page and you know what the homeowner expects and they know what to expect from you.
Yes, sir. The contract is like any other contract. What I did is when I went to Shamley and Son General Contractor LLC, the LLC, the team of lawyers came up with me a contract that I could use, and they said this would cover the state of Alabama. And since we travel, he said this contract would be anywhere good in the United States. So that's the contract that we normally use, because as an LLC, you want to be able to not get sued and then someone stomp their toe in your home and they say, are you going to sue me? No, ma'am, we're not going to sue you. We're here to do your work. But then sometimes people leave and then they'll call you back up and want to tax your assets. You know, they find out, oh, you got another house somewhere, you got another car, and they want to think that they can tax that. Go to it.
Well, let me ask you about a couple of issues that sometimes come up when you're working on somebody's home. Generally, after you do the work, do you not give them an opportunity to go through, if it's been a fairly big project and you have a punch list of things that might need to be rechecked or gone back over?
Yes, sir. We do a punch list every day. We clean up every day. We clean up the tools. We just try to get with the homeowner or the renter. Say, okay, we did this today. We'll be back. This is not finished. This is not the finished product, and we got pictures of it. And we come back, and if we try to treat it like it's our own home. We don't leave anything, regardless of the person, do not have kids. We try to protect even the elderly or the young 50 or 40-year-old. Just go in there and protect them so they won't come back and say, you know, you left this here ladder under here, and we take all ladders and all that kind of stuff outside. We stack all tools up in a certain corner, throw it, drop cloths over the plastic, whatever need to be done.
And Derek, what do you do in the situation where you have a written agreement with a homeowner to remodel their kitchen, and then you're doing that work and suddenly they decide that they want you to do some work on another part of their house too? They see what a good job you're doing, and so do you write up another contract, or do you have something to add on to the existing contract to cover that additional work?
Yes, sir. We do amendment to the original contract and amend that section only, because that section doesn't interfere with the first part. So if we're there doing a bathroom remodel and they want the kitchen remodel, then we'll continue with that remodeling of the bathroom, but we also work in the kitchen if they want us to. And then we'll work, but the finance of one, if we finish one, we don't want you to tie up all the money before the other one is finished. So each contract would have a separate price list, and before starting it, we would come to agreement how much money it would be before I get started, and how much money I will receive this year, and so the other remaining of it on completion.
Now, Derry, you're a general contractor, so you go out and get subcontractors who can do specialized work when you're doing a project. Is that right?
Yes, sir. We most of the time we do sub with other contractors. It doesn't have to be. Sometimes it be non-contractors if they are not licensed, but they've been in the business for a long period of time and they have a good working relationship. We go out there, and if they're painters, they can paint, but they don't have a license, so we use them. They bricklayers worked for other brick companies before, so we sub it to them.
But now, Dear, do you still supervise that work?
Yes, sir. We supervise all work underneath Shamley and Son.
Because ultimately, the
responsible
homeowner would be looking to you anyway, right?
Yes, sir. And most of the time, what I begin to do is have a contract with my employees, where the contract with the employees will allow the employees not to go back and talk to the homeowner to try to sideline and do other work, additional work after we leave. And so that have happened. And on a couple occasions, I go to a homeowner and do some work, and one of the guys will say, well, you know, and I'll leave and go somewhere else. And one of the employees say, well, you know, I could paint that for you. The homeowner might come to the person and say, do you paint? They know they paint, and say, how much would you come and look at this here for? And they'll say, oh, I'll do it for X number of dollars. So I come in my contract to avoid that person from going back, having any dealings with that person for 6 months. That means that close that window, and after 6 months, it's okay with me, but not the next day or two.
Let me ask you about the situation that you probably run into from time to time where someone doesn't pay you. You have a right to claim a lien on their property.
Yes, sir. I can go to the courthouse and search their property, and different courthouse costs a different amount of money for the lien, and I would tack a lien onto their home or their business or ever how much property they have. And then I will put a lien there, and the lien is good for life.
And then you have to sue to follow up on that, on enforcing that lien. In the commercial situation, when you're dealing with insurance companies or with companies, period, I know that you sometimes are working for a company that hires you to come out and do some work on their property. Generally, they're able to write bigger checks than a homeowner would
Yes,
be
sir.
able to. And do you take a draw, or how do you deal with a business as opposed to an individual?
We deal with both of them the same way. If it's 100%, I take according on how much money it is and the person themselves. We could go and get 50% of the money before starting, or 25% on the day of the contract, then a 25% within so many weeks, another 25% of it when the job is completed. And then what also we do that keeps the homeowner and the contractor protected is when they write that check, if they says that to me, well, this money won't be in the bank account until tomorrow, then tomorrow I won't cash it. I might wait till Friday and come back to the homeowner.
Do you deal with bankers sometimes when someone's having a big project done on their home, they're having to borrow money from the bank? Does the bank sometimes get involved and want to look at the progress of the work?
Yes, sir, and also the insurance claims. They come out and want to send a representative out to look at the work to make sure that the work is being done, because the insurance companies want to do that too. You get a roof, they want to come out and look at it to make sure that you actually did that roof. And they come out and send their agencies out and take pictures and measure, and then I take pictures and then we take pictures, and everybody and then come back, and before the insurance company pay the final payment, they send someone out there and double check everything. In the same way with the banks.
What advice would you give to our viewers about selecting a contractor to work on their building or their house, whether it be a residence or a commercial property?
First, I would pick someone that's in your local area, because there are so many contractors out there. I would pick someone in the local area. I would pick someone that's licensed, city license, state license, and also I would pick someone with experience.
Now, Dexter, I imagine with your computer skills and knowledge and experience, you probably deal with a lot of insurance companies and maybe contractors and construction companies from other states, back and forth with different computer correspondence.
Yes, sir. Like this one, Mikan Construction out of California, we doing business with them. I go do inspections for they buy houses from all across the United States. I go do an inspection, check everything, power, if it's been any city violations, take pictures, just see the overall value and, I would say, condition of the house or trailer or apartment, whichever it may be, and to, like I said, take a whole bunch of pictures, send them back through. Mostly we do business through box.com. I don't know if you know what that is or not, but and send the pictures in zip form to the computer guys that they're supposed to be, that's working for them,
Sure.
that I'm talking to and spending all my time talking to, and then tell the actual CEO, I guess you would say, or the boss man, hey, I got it done. I faxed the W-9. I done faxed the inspection sheet. Usually about 12 pages long because it's very, very detailed.
Dexter, we hear about the slowdown in the economy right now, and there are a lot of builders who are not building homes like they used to. Has this helped your work? Have y'all been busier with helping people remodel existing homes, maybe since people are not buying as many new homes?
Yes, sir. Because like you said, people aren't buying, so they're trying to fix up what they got.
So that helps your business, and that's a good thing in a way. Is that right?
Yes, sir, that is very correct. The most important thing about the website is that it tells about how to improve the value of your home if you wanted to sell, or just hold on until the market get well and do whatever it's going to do. But those remodeling your bathroom, your kitchen, those are the number one spots that sell in a home, because that's quality of most important time in the house. And so the bedroom or the living room, dining room, that's not really. But if you got they do these fancy TV shows that's saying people spending $100,000 in a kitchen and $50,000 in a bathroom to remodel. So those, but I wished I had some of them though.
Well, it's good to know you can help people in good times and in bad.
Yes, sir. I love to get there and help the elderly. We had an elderly lady. We went into her home in Enterprise, and she wanted. We came there to fix her door, and we put down some tile in her house, and her bathroom was leaking, and we fixed it for free, and did some tile for her.
How about that? Well, it reminds me, I've heard a lot of people say that it's hard to find someone to come out and do small jobs. And it sounds like you are able to go out and do small jobs as well as big jobs.
Yes, sir, we do. We don't have the slogan, but the slogan we have is "Lucky you found us."
Chambly being the Shamrock.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
All
good
these
luck.
clothes.
Well, tell our viewers how to get in touch with you if they want to call you and get an estimate or a job done.
You can reach us at www.shamblyandson.webs.com. That's SHAMBLYANDSON.WEBS.com.
And is there a phone number?
334-763-0211.
Well, thanks again for being on our show.
Thank you.
And in tonight's Legal View, we're going to talk a little bit about selecting a doctor if you've been in an accident and you need medical treatment.
That's right. And, it's important for a number of reasons. And, of course, first and foremost, if you've had some type of accident or personal injury, whether it's some type of on-the-job injury or a car wreck, it goes without saying that the most important thing is to get the proper medical treatment and to follow up with your medical providers and do everything that can be done to heal those injuries.
But at some point, that doctor's going to turn into a witness if your case goes to court.
That's exactly right. And so when you're dealing with those types of cases, it becomes even more important to make sure that you get the right care. I mean, we all kind of hear in walks of life, and, when dealing with an illness or an injury, oftentimes you hear get a second opinion. go to a specialist. You know, you hear people, you know, say those things. And in a personal injury case, that's very important because for a number of reasons, and David, you know, you and I have had some conversations about this over the years with the cases that we've handled. Some doctors, and they're very justified in these in their reasons, you know, for whatever reason, don't really like the idea of being a witness or giving a deposition or having to come to court or getting involved in a case.
And some doctors just have the mindset favoring one side or the other automatically without even knowing anything in particular about the facts. Some doctors think that, you know, if you are an employee and you've been injured on the job, automatically that you have a motive to not get well and try to milk the system.
Or malinger.
Right, malinger is the legal word that they use. And some doctors may, you know, be the complete opposite. So you want a doctor who can be fair to you in your situation and be willing to stand up for you if they have to go to court or give a deposition.
That's right. That's right. It's very important.
And have you had an opportunity to see doctors in depositions in court who were willing to stand up for their client, for their patient?
Yes. And again, you know, you don't want anybody that's just going to, like you said, David, just automatically favor one side or the other. You want somebody that's going to be fair and give an honest opinion. But if they believe and if they've given their diagnosis and their assessment, in other words, you know, really where it comes into play oftentimes is, just say you have someone that's been in a car wreck and they wind up needing a neck surgery or a back surgery. And then you get into their medical history and potentially or possibly they've had some neck problems or back problems in the past. What's going to be a real issue was the neck surgery or back surgery, was it a result of the car wreck or was it a result of something that happened years ago? Would it be attributable to that? And so that doctor's opinion is going to become very important in assessing the damages in the case. And if your doctor is really not willing to go out there and give an opinion, then it can potentially hurt the value of your case.
Thanks again to our guests, Derry and Dexter Chambly of Chambly & Son Construction.
And tune in next week to The Legal View.
Good night.
To submit legal questions you may have, email to aaron@hoggartlandlawfirm.com. Thanks for watching. This has been a production of the Hogg & Gartland Law Firm and WDFX-TV, Fox 34.
The Legal View with Hogg and Gartland.